Hello, I'm Carolyn Hall, and I'm a volunteer here in La Ceiba, Honduras. I've been here from December 5th to December 19th. I volunteered in the clinic and the hospital here in La Ceiba. My coordinator has been wonderful. He greeted us at the airport and gave us a tour of the town the next day, and also provided an orientation that explained everything that would be going on for the 2 weeks that we were here. Our time at the clinic has been the best. The nurses were very nice and informative. They instructed us on procedures and medication administration. We were included in different activities, such as going into the neighborhoods to give vaccinations. We also enjoyed going to the hospital too. There was a lot to see there. One of the nice things about the coordinator was that he was always happy to oblige if we wanted to change our plans. So for example, one afternoon, some of the members of the group wanted to go hiking in the mountains, and he was able to make that happen. One of the things that has been very surprising about my experience is how accommodating the staff has been. The nurses in the clinic encourage us to help with taking vitals, performing procedures, and giving injections. Also, another really nice thing is the Spanish lessons here. They are tailored to your level. So in our group, there's some of us that speak Spanish and some of us that don't. And we each work in different groups with different teachers that meet what our needs are. The accommodations are nice, and the food has been excellent and abundant. The host is accommodating and has a lovely veranda upstairs that we can come relax on and do our homework and just visit with friends, and that's been very nice also. Some of the more difficult experiences are that every day is different, and some days when you go to the hospital or the clinic, there aren't activities in which it's appropriate for the volunteers to participate in. And at those times it's important to just sit back and observe, which can be hard because if you're in the field of medicine, you want to always help and participate in things. But it's important to remember that that's a learning. Observing is very much an important learning experience as well. Another difficult thing about the accommodations, which I understand is part of being in a developing country, is that the water is only on at certain times, and this has been even in the clinic. There's not always running water everywhere, so make sure to bring your little your antiseptic gel, your little bottles for your hands to clean them. But that's been hard to not always have running water. So tips for volunteers would be to remember that it's really hot here and there is not a lot of air conditioning, so bring loose, cool clothes. For the most part, people dress pretty casually here, so to have t-shirts and shorts would be perfectly appropriate. Bring lots of scrubs because it is very hot in the clinic, and you'll need to change your scrubs every day, if not twice a day. If you're working morning and afternoon, then you would probably want to change them twice because you will sweat. In terms of bringing donations, the hospital and the clinic, they're desperate for supplies. Gloves and gauze would be well received. In our case, we brought a collection, a donation from several people. We brought money and gave it to the coordinator so that he could use it as he saw fit within the hospital. And we've seen evidence in the hospital of our money being used to support the infrastructure of the hospital. But again, if you can fit in your bag some gloves, some gauze, Band-Aids, anything like that, it would be great. And you will need to bring your own supplies because the hospital can't give you any of your own supplies. So you need to bring your own gloves, bring your own gauze. And again, it's very hot here. AC is pretty rare, so be prepared to be hot. A couple other things that you might want to know is to bring a towel. Be open to different foods because you're being served what the host is making for you, and it's important to be open to trying whatever they give you. And also to be open to just observing and learning, even when out on the street, to just sort of observe and not always inject yourself. So one of the reasons that I went into nursing was for the international experience. And I'm still a student, so I have a lot to learn. But I encountered nurses that were happy to show me how they worked in Honduras, and I learned a lot from them. Many of the nurses, after we observed them and saw how they did things, then they were happy to teach us and support us as we did some of their jobs, such as giving injections or taking vitals. But it's important to sort of first observe and show that you are open to learning, and then they will let you participate. I always felt safe here. When we needed to go somewhere at night, the host provided transportation and sometimes even a chaperone, which was nice. The food is really delicious, so if you enjoy eating, there's lots of really good things to eat. And my favorite memory of this trip is going to be when I went into a distant neighborhood and gave flu shots. It was sort of a mobile clinic in this barrio, and everyone just lined up and we gave them flu shots, and that was really a great experience. And also, I love seeing the mountains every morning. I wake up and I have a view of the mountains out my window, and I see the sunrise. It's really beautiful. So before we even got here, we were communicating through email with the Broader View coordinator in the United States, and she was great. We even kind of tried to rearrange things on her, and she was great at getting back to us and was being flexible with us and very informative. The website is great. I've learned a lot from the website. I actually just Googled nursing abroad programs, and I found a Broader View, and the website told me everything I needed to know. So it's been a great website. And if anyone would like to contact me, I'm open to answering any questions. Thank you.
Thank you.